everyone, welcome to your practice. This short session is going to be looking at how to get into Lotus pose. So we're going to be looking at opening outer hips, inner thigh muscles. So we're going to start here by taking the legs around to the right. So I'm going to be doing mirror image for these few seated postures at the start. Stack the right leg on top of the left, so we sit in Gomukhasana. This is too intense, seated, line your back, stack the right thigh over the left and hug the shins in. Otherwise, if you're okay, as you exhale, fold forwards over your thighs. Couple of cycles of breath here. Exhale. And again, breathe in. And exhale. And then lift your chest as you inhale and exhale here. Stack your right ankle on top of your left knee. Slide your left knee forward. So if you're seated, if you're lying down, come back up to sit. And if this is too intense, double pigeon, you can take the modification, ankle to thigh, left foot to the floor, and slide the hips in. Otherwise, if you're okay, we're going to continue with the full pose. Hands down, inhale, and exhale, fold forwards. Breathe in. Exhale. Another couple of cycles of breath. And exhale. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. And then as you're ready, lift your chest. Come back up to sit. Release the legs. Dandasana for a moment, staff pose. And then sweep the legs to the left. So again, lie down on your back if you took the modification. Otherwise, left thigh stacks on right. Draw that left sitting bone down, breathe in. Exhale and fold. Couple of cycles of breath. Breathe into that outer hip. Inhale again. And exhale. And then make your way back up here. Either set yourself up for the modification with the left ankle on the thigh and the right foot to the floor. Otherwise, keeping that ankle on the inside of the right knee, stack the left knee directly over the right ankle. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, begin to fold forwards from the hips. And find a comfortable challenge here as you come down into full pigeon pose. Lengthen the breathing if this is really challenging. Inhale. And exhale. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back. Lean back, release your legs down, Dandasana, staff pose. And exhale. And then turn back to face the front of your mat. And make your way back, downward facing dog, everyone. Okay, lift your hips, press your palms. And then as you inhale, raise your right leg towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bend your knee in the air and drop your foot to the left. And here, turn and open the hips. If you have very flexible lower back, then from here you need to pull your bottom ribs in and lengthen your tailbone down. This will mean that your lower back stays steady. Breathe in. And as you exhale, bring that right knee forward, behind the right wrist for pigeon pose. Inhale here. And exhale, reach the arms out as you come down. Bring that left hip point forwards and down. Either stay on the forearms or go further if that's where you are. And breathe here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. And then when you're ready, walking the hands back, lifting the chest, downward facing dog. Raise the left leg as you inhale, stretch it back. Bend the knee in the air, turn and open the hips to the left. So again here, if you have a lot of lower back flexibility, lengthen your tailbone, pull your bottom ribs in. So this will just make sure that your hip is actually doing the work and not your lower back, as that will be the tendency. Breathe in. And exhale, bring that knee forwards, pigeon pose on the left side. Slide the right leg back. Inhale, lift the heart. And as you exhale, come down into whichever variation of pigeon feels appropriate for you this morning. Breathe in. Exhale. Take another cycle of breath, inhale. And exhale. And then as you're ready, walk your hands back. Downward facing dog. Stretch it back. And then just for a moment here, walk your hands back towards your feet. And we're going to separate the feet about that width apart and lower down into Malasana yogic squats. We're just going to prepare the inner hips here. Lift the chest. And just a couple of cycles of breath here. Keep it nice and easy. Press through the feet, lift the heart. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then bring the hands back down. Make your way back out into downward facing dog. And then take an inhale in downward dog. And as you exhale, just step the right foot all the way through. And then turn around to face ahead. So you're in the middle of your mat. Take your hands either to your legs, or if it's available, hands to the floor. Breathe in. Fold forwards, Prasarita Padottanasana. Couple of cycles of breath here. Pressing the hands down and forwards. Exhaling here. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then from here, as you inhale, lift your chest, look forwards. And then as you exhale, turn the heels in towards each other. So you're slightly shortening your stride. And then bend your knees and take hold of the inner arches of the ankle. And then pressing the arms against the insides of the knees gently, extend the chest forwards. And feel that opening through the inner hips and inner thighs. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take the hands back to the floor, turn the heels back out so that you go back to the same distance you began with. And then again as you exhale, fold forwards, Prasarita Padottanasana A. A couple of cycles of breath here, not too long, just enough. Inhale and exhale. And then again, lift the chest, look forwards. This time you're going to turn your right foot out about 45 degrees. Walk the hands across the right and bend the knee. So the knee sits over the ankle. You can take your right forearm and press that right thigh back. So you're feeling here a bit of an opening in the inner hip. Left hand to the floor. And then lean the upper body across to the left as you press the right leg out to the right. So you feel that you're moving away from that leg. Some of you might bring the forearm to the floor. So really get into those inner hips and inner thighs in particular, adductor muscles on the inner thigh. Breathe in and exhale. And then release the hands. Turn that right foot in so it's level with the left foot. Exhale, take your forward bend again. And then lift the chest, inhale, extend forwards. Exhale, left foot out just 45 degrees. Walk the hands across to the left. Bend the left knee. And then take the arm on the inside of the left thigh and lean the upper body across to the right. And then again here, either stay as you are or take the forearm to the floor and lean across to the opposite side. Breathe in and breathe out. And then come back to center. And then this time, turn your right foot out and step back into downward facing dog. And then from here, look forwards, bend your knees, lift your heels. And you can either step or you can just jump through to a seated position and extend the legs out. Okay, so one more preparation pose before we come into trying to get into half lotus. So, from here, as we did with double pigeon, we're going to do exactly the same setup. But here we're going to lean back into the arms and let your legs just lift up. Come and lie down on your back. And then from here, and this is very tough, this is going to open your inner hip, but also it's going to open up the tensor fasciae lata, which is down the side of the hip, just before the IT band. And that, for some people, for most people, is a really tight spot, and possibly a gateway for you getting into Lotus. So, if this feels like it's really doing it for you, then please use this posture as much as you can, and a couple of cycles of breath. Okay, and then release the legs and come up to sit, and we'll change sides. So from here, stack the left ankle on the right knee, and again lean back, so let the legs lift up as high as they wish to. Lie down on your back, and then let the left knee drop towards the floor. A couple of breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, release the legs and come up to sit. And extend both legs out in front of you just for a moment. Okay, we're going to bend the right leg and bring the heel in towards the body as much as you can. And then let that right knee drop out to the floor. Okay, so we're going to have a go at preparing for half lotus. So we're going to hold the right foot with the left hand and support the leg and the knee with the other hand. So we're going to be bringing this right foot in towards the left hip crease. Now if your right knee comes up really high, that's absolutely fine. Let it, don't force it down, as that's counterproductive for half lotus. If you can get the foot to sit into the hip crease with relative ease, then let the knee drop towards the floor. And wherever you are with this right leg, stay steady and then start to fold forwards from the hips. And then over time, as the hips start to release and the inner thighs, etc., start to release, the knee starts to come a little bit closer towards the floor. And you may not need to use your hands to support your leg. So if you feel that this is quite comfortable, for some people it is, but a lotus maybe isn't within your range just yet, a good test to see if you're ready to try lotus is to bend the left leg about halfway. And you want to see if this half lotus knee comes either to or more or less towards the floor. If it does, that's an indication that you're ready to try to get this other leg on top. So if you feel that you'd like to try it, and just carefully slip the foot on top. And that's how it should feel, that you're just slipping it on top. There shouldn't be any pain or pulling in the knee. And then bring your palms together and take a cycle of breath. Inhale and exhale. And then release the hands, lean back, release the legs. Okay, so left side, bend the left leg. Bring the heel as close in towards the body and then drop the knee down. So as you hold your left foot with your right hand, you're going to support the knee with the left hand and bring that left foot towards your inner hip crease on the right side. Again, if this knee is high, it's absolutely fine. Support the knee, cradle it with the arm, and then take a forward bend wherever you are with your half lotus position. Breathe in and exhale. Be mindful that you're not forcing the knee down. And again, if you're here, this is great. Stay with your half lotus for as long as you need to. And then if you're trying to move into the full variation, take that kind of a litmus test, as it were. So bend the other leg, bring it towards but not completely to the left leg, and see how far that knee is from the floor. Again, if it's either on the floor or slightly lifted, it's an indication that your hips are ready. This is where the stretch, the opening needs to be. And then you can see if that right foot wants to lift over the left ankle. If it doesn't lift easily, don't force it. You can bring your hands to your thighs. You can again bring your palms together, whichever you prefer, and take a couple of cycles of breath. Just breathing and being content with where you are. And then as you're done, lean back, release the legs. And you can either finish in Shavasana, or depending on how much time you have today, you can end your practice now. So thank you very much. Namaste.